Which I just think would be great if someone had turned on the fan
Yeah.
and just shooting
Forgot about
Easter
it, yeah.
eggs everywhere.
A traumatic Easter egg.
Yeah, but I used it to talk about how sometimes we're looking for things so hard, and they're right there, and we don't even see
Right.
them.
Yeah.
Like our glasses, you know. I'm sure everyone's had that
Sure.
experience with glasses.
Phones. Yeah.
Right on their head.
I've talked on my phone to people and then panicked in my own mind that I can't find my phone.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've had that conversation with my wife on my phone to say, I can't find my phone. And she said,
What are you talking on?
Dear? Yeah.
We have a guest in the studio.
Hey, how you guys doing this morning?
It's the mayor of the airways.
Hey, what's going on?
Well, we want to know, what was your Easter like?
What was my Easter like? I don't know. I was over at this fellow's church.
That's right.
Yep.
Have a great service, hopefully.
Then I had to go to my aunt and uncle's. Had a good time with my aunt and uncle and my cousin Lisa and one of her sons Nick, and you know.
So it was family day.
Family day.
Yeah.
All right, stop it, Chuck. Well, that's all right. That's all right. Because that's all right. I got shaving cream on my nose and on my ears. So
I thought it was just whipped cream. I just thought you just woke up this morning for breakfast and was like, I'm going to finish off this Easter pie. Just went right into it.
I was a member of the
Face
Marlins.
first.
I got it right in the face.
Oh,
Anybody
did you?
see that game?
No.
No? Well,
No, I
there you go.
didn't.
Well, you missed it.
I heard about it.
Oh, you did? What'd you hear about it?
That it was on.
A
A friend of mine was just saying, sitting here watching the Marlins games.
I heard the Bee Gees did an Easter celebration, or there was something commemorating them.
Right.
What?
Yeah, that's what I heard, and a bunch of people commented on it. Yeah, the Bee Gees.
Why the Bee Gees? How can you mend this broken heart? How can you stop the world from falling down? Do I have my reverb on there? Did he put the reverb on there or no? Did he put the reverb on when I was
He
singing?
put his voice on.
Oh, he's supposed to put the reverb on when I'm singing it every time. All right.
Kind of sporadic.
What's kind of sporadic?
That you're
It was
saying.
a 3-hour show, you said?
Did you watch it, Mr. B?
Bee Gees. That's because his name is Mr. B.
Did you watch the show, Mr. B? Yeah. I missed it, but I enjoy the Bee Gees music, even the disco era.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well, then did you go to see the show at
No, I have
Riverside?
not. No.
Well, why not?
Because I can't get out of there this time.
Stay alive! Stay alive! Did you see it yet?
No, I'm sorry.
You didn't see it. I thought you volunteered at the Riverside Theater.
Oh, you're talking about Saturday night. Okay, you talked about Bee Gees now. Okay.
Catch up now. Hello, good morning.
It's Monday morning. You know, we opened the show.
I wish
for
it were
you.
a Sunday. You're not supposed to repeat that over and over again. You're just kind of supposed to go on and not even acknowledge that I wasn't here, but she just wants to milk it.
Monday.
No, you don't acknowledge that on the air.
I was going to talk about something when we
I
first
don't care.
started.
No, I'm only kidding. That's part of the entertainment is to acknowledge that you acknowledge it.
Who would acknowledge someone's mistakes on the air?
Yeah.
Mr. B has right
Yeah, Mr. B. Reverb, Mr. B. Stay alive, stay alive. Whether your mother or whether your brother, you stay alive, stay alive. Did he put on reverb or no?
He did applause.
He did applause. No, reverb. Reverb. Reverb.
I always loved the Bee Gees.
Seriously, I'm going to have to put the machine in here.
I love the Bee Gees. You know, and a lot of people don't know, they wrote more songs than anybody else. And a lot of artists have covered their songs. Beyonce.
It was kind of a weird time, though. I mean, I had high heel shoes. They were the big, thick ones, but I had high heel shoes, and I had those. What was that kind of outfit you wore? A polyester suit.
That was their second career, though. I mean, they had a big early career in the early 70s, maybe late 60s.
Yeah, early 60s. Yeah, 60s. Their British Invasion.
I remember I
bought the records.
The Columbia House Record Club, where you, for one penny, you got 10 albums as long as you agreed to buy 10 more over the next 2 years at regular club prices. My first one was the Bee Gees' Greatest Hits, and it was pre-disco era, so they had like 12 big hits on that album.
Yeah, they did.
How could they afford to do that, I wonder?
I don't know. I read a story about the Columbia House Record Club, and they said that the people that wrote the story said that they were part of the distributors, and they were just college kids in an apartment, and Columbia House would just dump all these albums in there, and they would have to sort them out and send them out to the people that signed up for the 10 for what was it, 10 for a penny or something like that. They said it was the most unorganized thing they ever did. They don't even know how people got their albums, but they were just part of that group that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they said. I don't know.
Where'd you read that, Rolling Stone?
I don't know. It was a long time ago, and only because I was so enthralled to get that first 10 albums that I even read about it, because I remember
Did you hold to your word? Did you buy the
I
other
did,
10?
sure. I did everything exactly the way they said to do it, but it was just such a big deal to get
Yeah.
you know, and it took
Yeah.
like 14 days to get the album, you know, where
Wow.
now Amazon, now you just download it instantly, but if you were going to get a physical album, it's within 24
Okay,
hours or you're mad.
that's right. I got an idea right now. Let's ask Mr. B to find a song from the early Bee Gees. He wouldn't know. What were the early Bee Gees? What are some of their songs?
Well, I don't know the one you just sang, right? The Broken Heart.
No, well, that was at the very end, I think.
I like that song.
I'm going. This is the time we'd like some
Lonely
reverb.
Days.
Reverb, please. I'm going back to Massachusetts. Something's telling me I must go home. All the lights, they went down in Massachusetts. Okay, now here's the test. So Mr. B, we're going to put the clock on here. How long will it take Mr. B to find a copy of that song? Go for it, Mr. B. Find it on YouTube or anywhere. All right?
All right, listen.
Okay.
What's their very first song?
Oh, what's the very first song?
Well, I don't know.
Their first hit?
But Massachusetts. See if you can find Massachusetts.
How Can You Mend a Broken Heart was the very first song.
No, it wasn't. That was the very last song of that first of their first career. That actually came out when I was in college. I was at Rochester Institute of Technology, because I can remember hearing that song when I was in my dorm. How can you mend this broken heart?
Remember the song "Lonely Days"? I love
Lonely
that song.
Days,
Yeah.
Lonely nights. Where would I be without my woman?
Yeah, but I think that was in the second.
No, that was the
yeah.
early.
No, that was early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
They
their
always
second
had
was
some
all
style.
disco.
What was the
Yeah.
mining song?
Yeah, I was trying. It's something disaster.
Digging underground.
I know that there's a
I'm
mining
singing all the
disaster
stupid
song,
time.
and
Those
I
songs
can't
come
think
into your
of
head
it.
and you can't get them out too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
And what a life though. That all three brothers are dead.
Then the
Yeah.
other,
He's the
yeah,
songwriter that's still alive. What's his name? Barry.
very
There's
good.
a
Yeah.
realtor in town here who says she's friends with him. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
saw that.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
she got pictures of them together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did
Awesome
the
to
name
be
come
married.
from? Do you know? Bee Gees?
Brothers Gibb.
Yeah.
Brothers give.
Oh, okay.
And apparently, what happened is they went to a African American recording studio to try to learn how to sing funk music, because funk music was the new thing, and they
Right.
were a Beatles British Invasion
Now,
band.
right here in the studio, Rhett Palmer's studio, I had the drummer for the Bee Gees.
Really?
I don't know how it all happened, but he was down here with his girlfriend. They came on my show, and he was there the day and came up with they were going over the bridge in Miami, he said, and they were all kidding around. They started going, talking, telling those lies. And he said that's how it happened.
Oh, cool.
And I confirmed that with a story by Barry Gibb. So it did happen that way, went down that way. But I had the
Apparently,
drummer in the studio, so you can touch my hand later.
there you go.
I still have his drumsticks here.
There you go.
Now, what do you think? I always
That's
wonder
stupid.
about certain bands like the Stones and the Beatles. They're an upper echelon of musical acts. The Bee Gees, when you look at the amount of hits that they had, and you look at the amount of hits that Three Dog Night had,
Yeah.
they're not really like considered Beatles, Rolling Stones echelon. They seem like they're the next tier down. Is it because they don't play instrument? They're really just vocalists. I know Barry Gibb strummed the guitar while he sang, but
There's a keyboard player too. They were in full instruments. No, I think it's because it was disco. Disco's got a
yeah, but even pre-disco, they had. As
I'm
many
getting
hits as-
text saying that we're dead air.
Hmm. Too bad.
Huh? We're not on the air, or are we back on? Oh, we're not on the air.
Uh-oh.
But so we just continue to record in this little replay or whatever?
someone who really hates the Bee Gees has cut us off the air. Too many Bee Gees. No, when Bee Gees are loved and hate. You know, some people love
True.
them, some people hate them, and they're most known for the disco era.
You know what's funny? There's songs that come on the radio because I work back in the kitchen where there's a bunch of guys that are about my age, and then there's a bunch of very young guys that
Paul,
just started.
Larry, Hensley.
Certain songs will come on that people automatically say, "Oh, I hate this song," and then the whole kitchen erupts in singing it and having a good time with it.
Yeah.
And that happened the other day with that movie, that song "Ballroom Blitz" by Sweet. Remember that song, "Ballroom Blitz"?
I don't know.
I know you.
Ballroom Blitz.
Yeah. Everybody's like, "Oh God, I hate this song." And then the next thing you know, the whole kitchen's singing it. They're playing the drum, they're doing the whole thing. I said, "I thought we hated this song." They go, "Well, I guess we kind of like it."
Oh, that's wonderful.
There's a video of a guy who has Parkinson's, and they watched him like walking around the room, and then they play music, and it's amazing the difference.
Who?
This guy with Parkinson's, it's apparently a therapy that they use, where if you play music to someone who has really heavy Parkinson's, really severe Parkinson's, they can still walk around so much better.
See, now
There's
this is the
something
problem
about
with
the
getting
music.
older, is that I know that I read just yesterday, there was a picture of a lady, it was on the internet, maybe it was Facebook, but it said something about somehow they are healed by listening to music.
Yeah.
So music has an amazing effect on people. I
It's
forget what it
amazing.
was.
Isn't that what helps people that stutter? Isn't music because people can sing
Well, look at that
without
guy.
stuttering?
Who's that
That's
guy?
true.
Mel Tillis.
They'll tell us,
He
yeah.
but when he sings, hi, if he just sings everything, hi, how are you this morning? Now, why does that work?
Yeah.
That
I know.
it's kind of weird.
There's something amazing about music and the power of music.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but sometimes I'll listen to music
Yeah.
and I'll feel happier.
Mhm.
But I find I almost never listen to music.
Really? Wow, I have music
Why?
on.
You
Yeah.
hardly ever
everywhere.
listen to music.
Almost never will
Well,
just be having music play.
I
I
was
don't know.
going
I
to
just
give you a
get
copy
busy.
of my new gospel CD, but I won't give you one now. You don't care anyway, I'm sure.
Well, honestly,
You wouldn't like me.
I would love to have a digital copy, to be honest. When someone gives me a CD, I'm like, what do I do with this?
Well, I drove
Yeah,
to
that's true. CDs are no more.
Yeah, I'm like, where do I put it? Like, I don't have a CD player.
I'll show you where to put it, bud.
Easter Sunday, I was invited down to Tequesta to be with some friends, and I played your gospel disc,
Oh,
and I did it both times, going down and coming back, and it was so inspirational because it was Easter Sunday, the sun was out, and heard this wonderful gospel music by Rhett Palmer.
of course, her friends took an Uber on the way back.
Shut up.
I can't take any more of this. It was,
Proselytizing over the airwaves. With
Yeah.
Music.
Has Uber become part of our lingo now, where it's like its own word, like you take
Yeah.
Uber, you know?
Yeah.
Well, we used to use the word Uber, didn't we? Wasn't
Well, Uber, I always used
I'm
it
Uber
differently.
happy. I'm
Yeah,
Uber.
that's how I've always used it. Like, but I don't know if is that the real meaning of Uber, where it's like I'll say we were Uber busy, and I
Well,
don't know
like
if that's-
Google. Google.
Well-
We used to say Google eyes. I remember I went to a carnival and I saw this black man, and he had Google eyes, and he actually could make his eyes pop out of his head, like kind of up, like way out. And it was like he was some kind of a. How do you find that out though? You're a little kid and you go, "Hey Ma, come upstairs. I can make my eyes go out." Or how about the people that stick a knife in their nose and it goes up into their brain or whatever?
Okay.
Or how about people that swallow a sword? How do you decide? Hey, I have a proclivity for sword swallowing, Ma. I told you to stop putting those knives in your mouth. I mean, how does somebody this? How do they discover? Or how about the person who they can pull their mouth with water and they can squirt it out of the corner of their eye,
You're making me sick this morning.
You know,
This is a
Yeah.
circus.
really. I mean, it's like amazing. And how did that guy, that famous magician recently, he stopped the bullet in his teeth? Remember?
Stop.
Blaine,
Stop.
that guy Blaine.
yeah, I'm sure.
I mean,
it's
come
fake.
on, what are they? Yeah, I mean, how do they do this stuff? And
Well,
how did
he
that
actually
guy? Well,
he actually got shot. I mean, it actually went through his neck. He didn't do it correctly.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
mhm.
No.
Yes.
David Blaine got
Yeah.
shot?
is he alive?
It went straight through, no damage, no major damage. I mean, not damage.
No damage.
None.
That he is
Zero.
a magician. Ta-da!
Well, that probably, you know what, that probably was on purpose then. The fact that he
Who knows?
probably said,
Hey, I went to
because
see.
look, we're talking about him now.
Who's the guy who
Probably
plays in
is.
Vegas? Chris Angel.
Yeah.
He doesn't pretend to be anything but an illusionist.
Yeah.
He's making you think you see what you see.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, we saw him live,
Yeah.
and he does a lot of people just randomly because he likes to do it, where they'll throw a sheet over him and pull it off and he's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, they do it instant all throughout
Did
the
they
show.
do it to you?
No, they do it throughout the show with him. But I was sitting in a row that they did that while he was talking. The girl came out and he goes, "Oh, my favorite act again," and she threw the sheet over him.
Yeah.
And pulled the sheet off. He was gone, and he was 3 seats down from me in the middle of this theater. And he stood up, and everybody's looking, and they're like clapping. He came by, he shook all our
come
hands on the way
how
up.
did they do it?
I don't know how he did it, but I'm just saying that it's an illusion.
You know what? These are probably time travelers that have come back to make a lot of gold or something.
I don't think so.
But
How
it
do
is.
they do it?
It's amazing. However they do it.
You never watched the show that shows all the secrets?
That doesn't show all the secrets.
It
That's
shows
just
the
stupid.
secrets.
That's stupid.
No, I don't like to
makes
see
it
it.
really
I
obvious.
love
Yeah.
I love being tricked. I
Yeah.
don't want to know how he did it.
Yeah. Yeah. We love being tricked.
I paid to be tricked. I want to
Okay,
be tricked.
so
I'll make you all an offer financially.
are we still off the air, Mr. B? Oh, we're still off the air, but this will replay the next day. 13 home security secrets you should know about. We'll talk about them when we return.
You have the power to help us help others.
What's going on?
I don't know.
When I came in this morning,
Yeah.
I turned on the car radio, we were off the air. So I called immediately. I came here about 7:16
Yeah.
this morning. I called immediately to Rick, left a message, and Heath left a message. Finally, I called Rick back again, and he answered the phone, and I said, "We're not on the air." So about 20 minutes later, we were back on with Friday's show recorded. Then, when we came back from news at 8:05:08,
Yeah.
it cut us off the air. So we have dead air on FM and we got on AM. And I'm still recording, so well, let's see if their news comes on. So somehow they're not getting our signal, and we're sending it.
It's always exciting hunting for treasure at the Home Centre Restore, and the prices are great. So put the Home Centre on your must-do list to donate and to shop. And remember, when you shop,
When you get up in the morning, do you go right to your phone and check out Facebook?
Oh, we are still on Facebook, though, live. We got hundreds listening there.
Do you do that?
It just depends. Usually not, because I have my cat going, meow, meow, and she's, a little more
Demanding.
needy than
I have a
demanding
sleep
of my phone.
routine in the morning, and if it's broken, I think I feel off.
Yeah,
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
I never did, but Ellie makes me have a little bit more of routine because I have to do a certain
Feed
thing, a
and
certain
water.
way in the morning just to make her okay with me being able to do what I need to do, right? So I have to feed her. I give her.
When is
soft
the
food
event
and
at the
hard
Arc, Mr.
So I
B?
give
We're
her
playing
hard food
an ad
first
for them,
to
right?
be
The Arc, the
occupied,
big event
distract
coming
her,
up on
so I can
May
give her
8th,
coffee
30th or
break,
something.
and then I can then later give her the
I don't
soft
know what
food.
you're talking about. I wish to talk to you today about
Is that thing I printed out?